Hello, everybody, and welcome back to the Back Porch Lounge. We are the Leaf Cutters, and we are not professionals, but we are here to help. And today in the Back Porch Lounge, we have Aaron Paoletta, and he is with Vega Cigars. How you doing today, Aaron?
If I was any better, it'd be illegal.
Nice.
Sweet. I like it.
What do we got to do to push you over the edge to make it a little bit on the...
And let me tell you something. Vegas already did that to me. There's nothing you can do to push me over the edge. I got a theory.
We are aiming for felony.
You can be positive or negative. You can either laugh or you can cry. Your choice.
That's fair. Hell of a
That's
theory.
fair.
Love it.
Very fair. All right. Today, we have been presented with some very awesome smelling and looking cigars, but we haven't had the chance of smoking one yet. So today we're going to smoke one live for you. Or not live, but we're going to smoke one for you. I got the La Vega number 40. I'm going to be smoking today. Andy, what do you got?
The Il Terzo. Which smells delicious, by the way. Yeah, I'm going to butcher the hell out of pronunciation. It's fine. It's how.
Actually, you got it, and I'm glad because not many people.
I have the Il Segundo.
Yay! Points for Andy.
Pronounce that correctly too. It's shocking.
It's cool.
And I've got the Il Cane. Okay, so I just failed on the, I'm assuming Italian name.
Yeah, everything's named in Italian.
3 out of 4 ain't bad.
Well, I can barely speak English, so asking me
Spanish
to pronounce something in another language I've never spoken is a bit much. I also don't do well with Spanish.
You are fired, though. Whatever justification you have.
Fair.
You either get it right or you're gone.
We aim for perfection here.
I'll
not
pack up my
even
things in
close.
a paper bag and leave by COB.
Dibs on the cigars.
Lives on the cigars.
He's leaving. I got dibs, man. I'm just saying.
I didn't catch it.
All right. So
Sorry. Go ahead.
Aaron is actually a cigar sommelier, and he actually handpicked each one of these cigars for us. So Aaron, if you don't mind, tell us a little about our cigars and why you picked it for us.
Like a dumbass, I left my notes in my bag, which is 20 feet that way. But these cigars were each chosen based on the profiles that you guys sent to me. Number 40 is the only Connecticut that I have. Unlike the other manufacturers, I don't believe in taking a blend and making a Connecticut version. For me, when you change the wrapper, that's like changing the front man of the band. As soon as you change that vocalist, you might as well change your band because the whole dynamic is gone. So I made a Connecticut that is just a Connecticut. Remind me again what your drink and food preferences were.
Mine was coffee and soda, and then pretty much any meat. Love meat.
Okay, so the Nicaraguan and the Dominican fillers is why I chose that one for you. I really should. You know what? Can I just go get my notes?
Yeah,
It's
go
a
ahead.
lot easier.
Yeah, go get yours.
That's good
man.
because
I
I'm
don't remember what I
mine.
said.
I know what I said.
Yeah, I was like, I did whiskey monster. I definitely
Well,
not
fish
water.
fucking.
That was the only thing I know I didn't put was
Yeah, never touch this stuff. Fish fucking.
Okay.
fish.
So I
fucking.
wrote everything down.
All
All
Very
right.
nice.
So Gibbs, the number 40. You like the whiskey,
I like
steak,
whiskey
the
too, yeah.
barbecue, the meat, which is the
Mhm.
hardiness of it. The whiskey was the punch of it, and then you said you liked the tea, so it was the soft, the sugar, the creamy. So the reason that I chose number 40 mostly was because of the tea. You like stuff that is a little bit on the softer side, on the creamy side, and because that has an Ecuadorian Connecticut wrapper, you're going to pick up that creaminess versus the Connecticut shade wrapper, which is a very dry wrapper, and it's going to give you that chalkiness to it. So that's why I chose that one for you.
Okay. Well, I definitely like the light up of it. And that taste. I like the taste of the wrapper too. It's adorable.
Well, what the heck? I'll
Go
go.
with Andy.
Andy, where are you at here? Okay, so you got the Terzo. You also said sweet tea, bourbon, and black coffee. So that Terzo was the one that I created for myself. I'm a massive coffee drinker. Being Italian, I mean, I've been drinking coffee since I was like 5 years old. The sweet tea and the bourbon. Inside of that, you've got the Dominican Olor binder. It's got a San Andreas wrapper, and it also has the Criollo 98. So because of the bourbon, That's why I gave you that one, because that bourbon and that Criollo 98, that Dominican Criollo, is going to go wonderful together. That's why you got the terrace.
Well, it's a good thing I brought bourbon.
We'll be able to sit.
There you go.
There you go. All right. How about you, Grim?
Rim. Let's see. All right. So you got the Secondo. You said pizza, which, okay, but that's the zesty side that comes from the sauce. You also said wings, which would, depending on which sauce you put on there, could be on the salty side. And you said the Monster, which is the pungent side. So in that Secondo, you have the Ecuadorian Habano wrapper, you have an Allure binder, and you have the rare Piloto Cubano tobacco. Because of that Piloto Cubano, you're going to get that citrusy, that zesty notes out of that particular filler, which is why I gave you that, because you said pizza, which has an acidic pomodoro spaghetti sauce, and the pungency is going to come from that Allure binder.
It's pretty strong. I like it. It's fit the bill so far.
Zach, let's see. You got the cane. That's because you like the bourbon scotch, beer, steak, potatoes. Overall, the Cane has that Colorado Corojo wrapper, and it has some interesting fillers that I don't normally use, but those are the undisclosed ones. But it also has that Peruvian. So that Peruvian tobacco is going to add a little touch of sweetness to it. But because of the Colorado Rojo, it's going to offer the heftiness. So because of the bourbon, the scotch, and the beer, more importantly, is why I chose that one for you, because that Colorado Rojo is going to go very well with a beer, specifically Blue Moon with an orange.
I'm out of beer and anything that I wanted to drink as far as whiskey. Otherwise, I'd be out here with it. But it's quite good so far. I've never heard of anybody using anything from Colorado or Peru. So that's really cool.
Well, the Peruvian tobacco, you will also, you can find it in a variety of them, but the first one that comes to mind is the Avo Syncro Nicaragua. They put in a touch of Peruvian, which adds a little bit of a sweetness to that cigar. So same thing with the Cane, it'll add a touch of sweetness. But if you use too much Peruvian, it becomes unsmokable. Peruvian tobacco is not, you couldn't make a pure on it. It would taste like utter dog shit.
Gotcha. Interesting.
And then I have another one, Robert. Where's Robert?
We sold him.
Was, unavailable today.
Well,
yeah, unfortunately, Robert and Billy couldn't make it, but definitely go over what they did, because I can show you.
So I gave Robert the limited series 2025. He said, weirdly, that he liked Dr. Pepper, wings, burgers, and Chinese foods. Inside of that limited series 2025 is a real dark Ecuadorian Habano Maduro wrap. And it's got some really strong Dominican tobaccos in it. So that plays into the Chinese and the spices that you could get out of the Dr. Pepper. That's why I chose that one for him. And then Billy got the Primo because he was the interesting one, because he said he was more mood driven. At least that's what it said on the pink. Mood driven. So he likes Coke Zero, which is disgusting. But that's more on the mob. The Buffalo Trace, that would be where the flavor comes in. And then he's a chicken, potato, steak, Mexican kind of guy. So because of the food, the Mexican and San Andres wrapper that's on there, the Dominican binder, Nicaraguan, Colombian, and Pennsylvania broadleaf fillers, that Colombian filler is going to go real well with that steak and potatoes.
That sounds awesome. I'm almost jealous a little bit.
I'm
Well,
glad
not
we're
really,
recording
because I
this
got a
so
really
can
good
come back
one
and
so
listen to it.
far. I like the taste of this one. So, being a sommelier, how was that process like? Or did you go through a certain certification program?
Yeah, I think that certification, unless you're going to be a heart doctor, certification diplomas, degrees, they're all bullshit. I have multiple degrees from different colleges. I went through Tobacconist University to get the sommelier. By the way, it's sommelier, not whatever the hell you say. That's I went through Tobacconist. The funny part about it is I'm reading through this entire curriculum, and I'm like, this is shit that I've known for decades now. But like anything else, nobody takes you seriously unless you have that piece of paper. But it's Tobacconist University. It's very informational. It's like, I recommend people go through it and go do it. But I really did that just to attach that for the people that don't take you seriously. That's the only reason I really got that.
That's fair.
Did did you go through the master's course where you actually go to? I forgot what country was it. Dominican that you actually have to fly to and actually do all the smelling of the tobacco and everything.
I didn't go through all of that because after I did that, the certified tobacconist, I looked at it and I told my wife, I said, I'm not going to go and do all this and prove what I already know. I have nothing to prove to anyone. I know what I know, and I'm not going to go spend more money to do something that I already know how to do. So I didn't even bother.
That's cool, man. I was just wondering if you were one of the ones that actually did that and how that was.
I mean, I thought about it until I thought hard. It was like, no, I'm just not proving anything. I'm at a point in my life where I just don't care. I'm going to do what I'm going to do. You're either going to like it or you're not.
And that's fair.
That's the wisdom of a cigar shop right there.
Yeah.
It is really 100%. It's like, I know what I fucking know, you know?
Too old, man. Too old to care.
I understand. I get it.
Join the club.
So how did you come up with the name of La Vega Cigars?
Well, I was a chef in Las Vegas for almost 14 years. When my wife and I left, we came back to my hometown, which was in Pennsylvania, Mercer, Pennsylvania. Absolutely. And I was thinking of something I wanted to do, but I don't just do things for no reason. Everything has to have a meaning to it. And when I was creating the name, everything good that happened to me happened in Las Vegas. So I took Las Vegas, I dropped the S's, I smooshed the word together, and that's where La Vega comes from.
And you right.
That's it. It's all about that. So I found that you had an IMDb page.
Oh yeah. I've
and you go by what, Furby 2 Chains?
I do.
All right.
That is an uncomfortable sigh.
Tell us a little bit more about your rock and roll life in Vegas. And it does, what is it, Mead Avenue still at play?
Well, aside from the culinary past, I've been in music my entire life. I owned a recording studio in Las Vegas down by Strip, and it was actually on this dingy little street called Mead Ave. After about 2 years recording people, I was fed up, and I'm like, I'm doing all this work. These guys are out there doing this. I really miss playing. So my wife was like, well, why don't you just start a band? All right. So I went and started a band. Now I played 21 different instruments, but drums was the first instrument I ever learned. So I found a couple guys that I had worked with in the kitchen, and they were musicians. And I said, listen, I'm thinking about starting a band. You guys want to do this? They agreed to do it. And we were trying to think of a name, and they were rambling off some cool stuff, but it didn't feel right. It didn't feel like that was supposed to be the name. So I'm driving home from the studio session one night, and I pull up to Valley View and Mead Ave, which is just a stop sign. And normally there's just no traffic there, especially that late at night. And I'm sitting there, I'm waiting for all this traffic. I couldn't figure out what was going on. And I just happened to look up and I saw the sign. It said Mead Ave. I'm like, you know what? That would actually be a really cool name for a band, and it pays homage to what I'm doing down here. So I called it Mead Ave. In the third lineup is where that stupid nickname came in. So we're sitting in the studio, we're writing the From the Ashes records. And my guitar player at the time, he was sitting in there. My singer Jeff I think he was out getting coffee or something. And I went out to grab something, and I come back in, and we were talking about EpiPods. And then somebody else left, and all of a sudden we were talking about AIDS. Then we were talking about Furbies, those stupid little toys from the 90s. Yep. And my guitar player Blake looked at me, and he's like, I'm calling you Furby because I'm Italian, so I got hair, I got a fur coat on. And I always had 2 chains hanging from my wicks, held my wall. And then just somehow Furby 2 Chains came in, and it never left. It's been that way ever since that day, and I fucking hate that.
So glad I brought it up. Thanks.
Funny enough, though, I was down at a festival in Kentucky, and there was this guy down there, and he come up to me and said, hey, Furby, nice to meet you. And it caught me by surprise because I have not heard that name since like 2017, which is when I stopped doing my band. And I'm staring at him like he's got a fucking hole in the head. And he goes, are you all right? And I'm like, what did you call me? And he said, Furby. I'm like, where did you hear that from? And he's like, oh, I was following your band. Like, okay, so a guy that followed my band is now following my cigars in the middle of bumfuck Kentucky, and the dude calls me by that. The name will just never leave, unfortunately.
No.
So I put it in the bio and everything else. I'm like, I might as well use it. If that's the case, it's part of my past. Let's just keep it in.
There you go. Why not? I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. It's part of your past. I mean, I look at it this way. You learn, right?
Animatronic stuffed animals.
You go through life and you learn so many different lessons to make yourself better. So you may have done some crazy stuff in life. Hopefully you learn from it.
I don't believe in failure. I there's no win or lose for me. I win or I learn, because in every losing situation you learn a lesson.
Mm-hmm.
And I learned to never get a stupid nickel like that again.
There you go.
Hard lesson learned, but
It's a hard lesson to learn, but you learn it.
It's a long-term lesson.
We seriously got to stop asking these questions.
Stop asking weird questions. No way, man.
I don't have Gibbs' list of
Never.
questions. How'd you get into cigars?
Oh, I've been smoking cigars for 22, 23 years. I started at 18. It was this local shop where we're at. It's called Penal House.
Yes.
It's the first lounge I ever went to. Walked in, had recently sold, but the original owner, George, very knowledgeable. When I walked in, he put the right cigar in my hand, and I fell in love with the environment of what the cigar lounge is. It's just a bunch of guys being the guys, fellowship, smoking cigars, relaxing. It's not like smoking. Like I used to smoke cigarettes back in the day. When you smoke a cigarette, it's a quick fix, 5 minutes, 10 minutes, whatever, and you're on your way. When you smoke a cigar, you are committed to sitting down and enjoying yourself, relax. And I just fell in love with the culture. When I moved back to PA, I had been in the kitchen all them years. I had got off tour constantly. I didn't really know what to do with myself, so I started smoking more cigars. The more I smoked them, the more I really fell in love with the technical side of cigars. So not just the lounge, fell in love with, okay, what's in these? What's making it taste this way? See, with my culinary background, I'm picking out all these different flavors, trying to figure out why this is happening, which is why I always ask about, what's the blend? I know manufacturers get sick and tired of telling people what the blend is. A lot of guys they'll judge a cigar based on what it is. And Michael Herklotz from Ferriotego, I'm assuming you guys know who he is.
Mhm.
Me and him was bullshitting one day, and I asked him what the blend was, and he's like, who cares? Just cut it and smoke it. I know he probably got fed up with people asking about that. But I ask because if I taste something, I want to know why it's in there, what it's coming from, so I can go searching for that in other cigars.
Right.
Makes sense, yeah. And it's good that you taste other things because your palate won't get stale that way.
I enjoy picking out what it is and figuring out what other cigars I can get out of to get to, I don't want to say replicate that experience, but find other cigars that are going to give me that.
Or blend something of your own that contains that experience.
Yeah, but I really try to blend. See, I'm mood driven as well. So I don't try to make cigars to mimic anyone. I really try to create something that I'm going to enjoy smoking. But I have different cigars for different times. So each of the cigars that Gien's guys are smoking, I would smoke those at a different point in the day.
Ooh.
Okay,
Gotcha.
that makes sense. I could see this
That
like
goes.
a good morning coffee cigar.
See, that's where I'm different. I go the opposite. I would end my day with that. Because
Okay.
that first cigar of the day, you've got the freshest, cleanest palate you're going to have. Now, I fast, so I go about 18 hours without eating. So I stop eating about 9 o'clock at night. I don't eat again until 3, 4 in the afternoon the next day. So that first cigar of the day, my palate is ready. I'm also hungry. So I smoke the strongest cigar in the morning, and then I work my way backwards. So by the time I end the day, I'm on the mild side. Because then I'm not amped up before I go to bed.
Yeah.
Which is funny because I drink a double shot of espresso to go to sleep. So
Different chemicals.
All right, so we'll take a little side tangent here. Since Robert's not here, we usually do a Robert asks us a question about cigars type deal. So he learned and somebody learned with it as well. But since Robert's not here, we actually put out a question to our Leafcutter audience to see, if they wanted to ask a question to Zach's Beard of Knowledge. And we put it out there to be, anything they can ask anything. It could be about cigars. It could not be about cigars. It could be about, what soup it had today, because it is a beard after all. It catches all the soup. But we did have a question come in. And it was, why is Andy such a dick?
Because he's knowledgeable, and knowledgeable people are allowed to be dicks.
Thank you, Aaron. You're my hero.
See, it already took it over for the beard.
Oh, it's probably a better answer
that
than
was
what I
actually a
had.
better answer than I would have given it,
Okay.
because I'd have been like, he's just a dick.
So
Takes one
Aaron's
to know
beard
one.
knowledge.
I was good. I did read some of the questions, and I was kind of hoping you didn't ask that one, but but I'll try to answer it. Andy's a dick because he cares enough to tell you the truth.
Just top tier.
Okay.
And sometimes the truth hurts.
That's right.
It makes me sound like a dick.
It does, and it comes down to the presentation of it too. Like, you know, not to jump in on that, but I get called that all the time. It's not that I'm trying to be a dick. It's one, I'm 41. I've been through more shit in life than most people could ever dream of. I don't have time to bullshit you. I care enough about you to tell you the truth right now. No sugarcoating it. I cannot be held responsible for you not taking it the way I'm saying it. I also am fueled with I don't care. So I'm going to tell you, you either deal with it or you don't. But
Yeah.
there is something to how you say it. It's really not what we say. It's how you say it.
That's how you say it.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
I heard a guy say one time, and I say this several times. Everybody on the podcast has heard me say it, probably, at least directly or indirectly. Offense is something that you take, not something that you give. So it's the person listening that is maybe offended. That's kind of on them to deal with it. So
But it seriously does come down to how you say it. Like, you know, we're all sitting here right now. Be like, hey, fuck you guys, right? Nobody's gonna take offense to it. But if I look you dead in the eye and I say, hey, fuck you, you'll be like, oh, we got a problem. It's just how you say it. It's the tonality of how you say it.
absolutely.
Absolutely. So
All of that is true. Just being the Andy we're
Yes.
talking about, Grimbles.
Huh?
What?
What?
I know where you sleep.
What?
I know where you sleep.
I don't know who posted that, man. Whoever it was, that was
It was
a genius.
100% Grim, and everybody knows it.
My kid could have gotten a hold of my phone, man. Like, I don't know. I don't remember doing this.
You drink a lot of
I drink
Monster.
a lot. Whatever. I have a
We're back
problem.
for the whole thing.
That's hilarious.
all right. I
A lot of pizza, a lot of wings, and a lot of Monster, according to my parents.
there you go.
Yeah.
There you go.
According to polls,
And the belly does show.
Is that why your
is true.
camera's up so high?
We like to say he's in great shape. Round
Rounded to shape.
in shape.
Rotund.
all right, can we do a cigar check-in? I got to talk about the cigar.
Okay.
Well, actually, I mean, I hadn't even got a third in, but yeah, we can do it.
I'm a third in.
I'm a third in.
All
Yeah.
right, let's do the first third.
Go, Gibbs.
I can go first. So far, it's very enjoyable. I like the profile of it. The smoke output on it is actually pretty full. Definitely a medium body smoke for me, and it's enjoyable cigar. It's holding together pretty well too. It's constructed pretty well. It does have a little bit of a problem here, but that could be where I took the band off. I probably loosened it.
Well, see,
Not
actually,
that.
I want to tell you that you really shouldn't take that band off until it burns down farther, because the way these bands are actually designed, the pectin that they use, glue, to hold it together, is designed to heat up as the cigar smokes. So if you take the band off too soon, it's cold, and you actually run the risk of ripping that wrapper. But if you let it burn down and then pull it, then it won't do so.
Yeah, which normally I do, but since this one was so big, I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna take it off now because I probably forget and burn the shit.
Well, I don't want to lose points because of your fuck up. That's why I'm saying.
No. Hey, I prefaced it with I probably did it myself when I took the band off. So
I'm just
there you go.
reiterating, so we're on the same.
You're right.
Vikings.
Okay,
Yeah.
you got it.
My
You got
band
it.
came
Absolutely.
off without any issues.
Hands up. He's ready. All right. Go ahead, Andy. Let's see about yours, man.
You got to recover, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. The El Terzo is so far it's delicious. It pairs really well with this super inexpensive bourbon that I grabbed off the shelf this morning. Wait, yeah, it was still morning for me when we got started because I'm in Central Time. It's a little spice to it, which is what it pairs. Which is why it's either that or the whiskey. I'm not sure at this point, but it's delicious. And the well, forget that word because it just totally. Oh, the retro. The retro is actually really nice too. So I'm getting that extra flavor between the draw and the retro ale.
Grambles.
You're up, Grim.
It's
Wow,
dope.
well said.
He used words. That's a
Yep.
plus.
Yeah, right. Yeah, usually I don't. I just go. But I am stealing Robert's the limited edition. Isn't that a Nil Segundo too? Yeah, that's mine now. Robert, I'm not even sorry.
Don't show up, you don't get the cigar.
It's not. I'm such a dick.
He asked the question so no one else could. It's a brilliant move. It's a brilliant move.
Yeah, well, I'm just saying, whoever wrote that post initially, like, weighed out which one of us was the bigger dick, and he said, "You know what, Andy?"
I've
you
been
know?
called worse
That is
by
fair.
professionals.
How about you, Zach?
Let me take one more puff so I can have it fresh.
It's a zen moment, y'all.
All right. So I'm getting some stuff out of this cigar that I've not gotten from cigars that I can remember, which is pretty interesting. There's a little bit of sweetness that Aaron was talking about. I definitely get that. It's not sugary sweet though. To me, it's more like the sweetness in black coffee or from like dark fruit, which I also get from this, which is kind of interesting. I've never gotten dark fruit, like kind of plum or I mean, it's a dried plum, but prune, kind of a dark, rich, kind of caramely sweetness, which is interesting, but not overpowering. It's really balanced. Also, I wrote down jammy, which I've gotten from another cigar, but it was in a different way. Kind of a thickness to the smoke that kind of reminds me of jam, and a little bit of spice, but not pepper. It's kind of like let me see if I can describe it. No, I don't have a name for it, but it's got a little bit of a tobacco tingle that kind of leans towards a familiar kind of either dessert or maybe like Indian food or something. I don't know. It's what it is exactly, but it's delicious. Also, a little bit of cinnamon, which reminds me a little of Indian food. The retro is very smooth, no burn on that at all, and kind of has that dark fruit to it, which is really like the way I wish flavored cigars taste. But it's like really pleasant, and I'm digging it a lot. So there, cigar stuff.
That would be coriander that you're talking.
I just hope.
What's the fruit?
It's not a fruit,
Coriander.
it's spice. Coriander.
Coriander. Okay. Oh yeah.
yeah.
I can see that. Okay, thanks. Yeah. Yeah. It's good stuff. I'm writing it down.
Chef, sommelier.
Yeah,
it
as soon
helps.
as you said that, I remember I have a little like packet of coriander in the spice rack, and I like tasted that immediately as soon as you like it just popped. Perfect. Thank you. Does bother me.
What I'm here for.
I don't think I've ever gotten coriander out of a cigar. That's good.
So,
New word.
I do believe we do have the opportunity to test Zach's beard though, because there was a question that came in that was fantastic.
Mold.
It's mold.
Is it
Sorry.
mold? Or-
God, it up again.
You asking me?
Yeah, you're welcome to
Dance
chime in on
puppet.
this.
Yeah, you
this,
can weigh in on it.
Yes, Aaron. Please weigh in on this because we got a divided house here.
The house will always be divided. You either have the people that know or the people that don't. And the people that know that it's plume. However, plume is a form of mold, but it is an ingestible form of mold. You'll know that it's mold when you see white blotches all over the cigar. When it's plume, it's more of a dusting, which means that it hasn't quite turned over to full-blown mold yet. But the environment to create plume is just nobody knows. You could literally have a cigar in your humidor that has plume and a cigar right next to it that has full-blown mold, and nobody can articulate why. But at the end of the day, it's mold. It's just how do you want to view it?
Well, plume sounds a lot better than moldy cigar when you're selling them, I assume.
Right.
If you look at a cigar and it's got white blotches and it looks like that cigar has the herb, don't smoke it.
The champion.
If it needs to see a doctor, there's a code for that.
Does your cigar need penicillin for its penicillin?
That's awesome. All right. Grim's having a little technical difficulty. He's getting back on. But that's hilarious. All right. Got me. I'm good now.
You're not supposed to inhale, buddy.
I mean, that's what they tell me, but,
Keep trying it anyway. Prove them wrong. Because nobody tells you what to do.
That's right. Nobody tells me what to do. If I want to choke on a cigar, I'll choke on a cigar. Aaron, so you're rocking the Mason symbol on both your hat and your lapel. How long you been in the Mason?
6 years now.
Nice.
Cool.
Did you get a lot
I joined when I first moved back here. I really didn't. I mean, without going on tour, I didn't have that camaraderie anymore. And it was actually my wife's idea, which is funny because nobody in her family was a Mason. And I found a local lodge, and I called him. I talked to him. Told me all about it. And then I joined it, and it gave me that fellowship that I was looking for. And no, we're not young worshipers, like everybody says. Matter of fact, I always tell people that if you become a Mason, you will laugh your ass off. And when you go to a meeting and realize that that's really what they do, it's nothing like the internet says. It's just a bunch of old timers sitting there spending money on a chair. That is really what it comes down to. But I mean, I went through the entire lodge. The only thing that I didn't do was become worship master, and that's just because Vega took off and I had no time to do it. But I was all the lower chairs, junior warden, senior warden, and then had to not resign from the lodge, but resign from my position because I just couldn't do it.
Yep. So it's not the Illuminati?
No, because if it was, I would be fucking rich, and not. So
You decided to go with cigars, which is why you're not rich.
well, yeah, that's part of it. I smoke too many cigars. That's the other part of it.
That's the other part.
That's fair. It's fair.
Yeah, I'm from the Georgia, and where I grew up, there was a lot of President Masons. Like a lot of my family were in the Masons, and
Yeah, my grandfather was.
I was just glad to see there's still people outside of my immediate vicinity that are Masons.
Oh,
So that's
they're everywhere.
Yeah, I know that, but until you see it, it's like, okay, it's just one of those things. So I think that's very cool that you're rocking the Mason lapel and everything, being a proud Mason. That's awesome, man. So let's see. Well, yeah, tell us more about your the Cigar Lounge Cigar Talk Show.
So, I mean, kind of like you guys are doing. When I first got into the industry, I didn't go straight into the brand. I actually had, so La Vega originally was like a mobile lounge. And then that went into the talk show itself. And it was more to just start educating people on what the cigar industry was about. That ended up turning into wanting to do my own brand, which actually, if you look at the picture behind me, this guy on my left is Luis Cuevas Jr., and the guy on the right is his son, Alec Cuevas. I actually met them at an event that I was going to film, but ended up talking to them for 3 hours that I forgot to film. And at the end of that conversation, we had a handshake, and they were making my cigars. They own the factory that makes my cigars.
Wow.
So to pay homage to them, I keep a big picture inside the lounge.
As you should.
Nice.
Do you travel to the speaking of making cigars, do you travel down to the farm and the
The farm, no. Factory, yes. And actually, I'll be headed back down. I'll be headed back down to the factory in November because I'm working on next year's blend, which is called the number 61, and it's in honor of my dad who passed away at 61. But I mean, I do some test blending up here at headquarters because I get all the tobacco shipped in, and then I do test rolls, and then I'll go finalize it down at the factory.
Very cool. So what's that process look like for you? Do you have something that you're going after in particular? Like you want to accent a particular tobacco, or you really love a cigar and you want to have something like that in your line, or what's kind of the motivation behind it?
No, it's like I said at the beginning, I don't really try to copy or emulate anybody's blends. I really try to create something that I'm going to want to smoke. Now, when you look at all the different blends that I have, each one of them is completely different. On two of them, the Primo and the Terzo, I use the same wrapper, but that's because I'm a San Andreas fan. But the binder and fillers change at that point. With this next one, I'm a Nicaraguan guy, so I wanted to go with Nicaraguan. But in order to do this Puro, I need to be on site because the Tabacalera Las Lavas is the factory itself, but all the tobacco was brought in from a variety of different farms. So in order for me to finalize everything, I need to be there to taste it. And I buy whole leaf tobacco. I have it shipped up to headquarters. I sit in the back because I also do blending classes and I teach people how to blend cigars and I roll them cigars on the spot.
Interesting.
With working on a new blend, I can get an idea of what I want, but then the finalization comes at the factory because the tobacco that I got is not necessarily the tobacco that they can get. So this just gives me a generalized idea of what I'm going for. So when I get there, I can say, okay, Luis, pull from this farm, this farm, this farm, this farm, because the nutrients, the soil, the surrounding, if there's apple orchards around it, if there's pig farms, like this is the stuff I need to finalize now. And I can't do that unless I taste the actual tobacco that they can get.
I'm digging this.
I'm digging this too.
Yeah, I know, right?
It's just like interesting. Like it's probably like medium body, maybe light to medium. It would be like really good with coffee or whiskey that's not too strong, lower proof, or beer. Beer would probably be really good, but I'm all out of beer. I drank it all last night.
This is pumpkin pie whiskey.
Pumpkin pie whiskey?
Not pumpkin, pecan pie whiskey.
Pecan pie whiskey. Right.
Did you say pecan?
Yeah.
Are you
You one of those weirdos that calls it pecan?
No, I just the top of the list of flavors that I would ever buy for a whiskey.
No. That's not the floral. That's not the whiskey flavor.
That's just
This is an ingredient in a pie.
Yeah. It's
Apparently, I need to make a pie. Kristen needs to make a pie for the grill.
Sounds like it.
Pecan, by the way.
You're wrong, and that's okay.
We can't all be Southern sissies, brother. I'm just saying.
You're welcome to be a sissy all you want.
Actually, I say pecan just to fuck with people.
All right, so
I feel like that's the most common response is you just say the opposite of whatever anyone starts with.
What? Here's my philosophy in life. What is life without a little tomfuckery?
Right.
That's right.
You gotta fuck with people. Because if not, life is boring, and I ain't got time for boring.
No. That debate raged. That debate came up on a field trip for my, at the time, middle school student, or my son. And one of the girls on the bus just yells out on the bus, "Is it pecan or pecan?" And I just couldn't stop myself as a chaperone yelling, because we're on a bus full of Southern kids. We're in Louisiana, and I couldn't help myself from yelling out, "Well, do you pee in a can? Got it? It's pecan."
Yeah.
I'm not the one that
that
continues
philosophy
to tell
that
that
you
story.
use just to piss somebody off. I do the same thing with sports teams.
Yeah.
So whatever team that, if I show up at your house and you're cheering for them, I'm automatically for the opposite team.
That's why Kristen doesn't like you.
I am that dick because I have no skin in the game when it comes to sports. I don't watch sports. I don't like sports. It's just never something I got into. So I have that freedom to be able to just be the dick. It's like, yeah, I want to cheer for the opposite team that you're cheering for just because it'll be fun.
I get that.
Well, I found out they're very serious about the Alabama versus Auburn game. I was not invited back since.
Yeah. They're very
Yeah, that'll do it here.
We just lost Clay.
We just lost the only person watching. No, I'm just kidding. So Aaron, may I ask, what possessed you to want to be on this show? This particular show? We just scrolling one day and they're like, I found a bunch of assholes and was like, okay, let's do this, I guess.
Honestly, the more podcasts, the better. because this is, I mean, thankfully we live in a technological era. As much as I despise technology, I mean, Yin's guys are where? 2 different states, Georgia and Tennessee. Is that what it is?
3.
Okay.
3.
Louisiana,
wasn't-
Georgia, and Tennessee.
Okay. So if it wasn't for technology, I would have never fucking known who any of Yin's guys are. Now we get to share a cigar together. And that's what all these podcasts are. That's why I try to go after them, because it's just about meeting people that, one, I mean, you may have known of me in the future, the bigger La Vega gets, but I wouldn't have known who you were. So this gives us an opportunity to comment, share, smoke, enjoy, and we don't even have to be in the same place to do it.
Yeah, absolutely.
But if we were in the same place, Gibbs, we'd probably be paying double.
Which one of you is in Louisiana?
That'd
You're in
be me.
Louisiana? Are you going to PCA at all?
Yeah,
We're going to PCA.
We're all going.
Be at PCA, booth 4506.
Yes.
Sweet.
Nice.
We'll see you there, brother.
Congratulations.
Yeah, we'll get to meet in person. That's awesome.
You say
Yeah.
that now.
Well, I mean,
After
We've
all
hung
the
out with
walking, it doesn't
worse.
really matter.
I've definitely hung out with worse people.
Disclaimer: I love Goss. I love Goss so much.
Yep, Nick Goss is a good
Yeah.
man.
We'll be there
True story.
with bells on.
Yep.
Mhm.
Is this your first
Hey,
PCA?
I think
Yeah, I wanted to go. So I officially went to market May of 2023, and I wanted to go, but being that new, the money that I was going to spend, I needed to stock inventory. I needed to grow the brand. My fear was going and growing faster than I could handle. I've never been back ordered. I don't ever intend on being back ordered. And if I would have went, I would have been back ordered, because 5 accounts would have wiped me out. In 2024, I wanted to go, but again, we were growing brick and mortars. I do everything face to face. I visit every lounge. I don't send samples through the mail, so couldn't go. In 2025, I thought about going. I was like, man, it's in New Orleans. There's nothing against New Orleans, but I wanted to go when it was in my home city of Vegas. And then this year, I'm looking at everything. I'm like, you know what? Everybody I talk to now, every single one of these lounges, we were getting to the point where they're like, well, if you're not at PCA, we're not going to buy. We only buy from PCA, which I think is bullshit, because there's a lot of companies that maybe they can't afford to go to PCA, or they don't want to go to PCA, and they've got phenomenal cigars. But with that kind of mentality, you're never going to know. So I finally broke down and I said, fuck it, we're just going to go. I have a sales team. I've got people all over, up and down the eastern side. I said, fuck it, it's just time. It's time to go. So we're going to go.
Well, that leads into actually my next question. Sorry if I interrupt, Gibbs. What's your distribution look like? You said you're going face to face, and now you said you have a sales team. Are you like regional, or do you have larger online retailers you're working with? What does it look like?
No, so I don't really want to go with massive online retailers. There's one online that I'll be meeting at PCA that's interested. And if I do anything, they're more for the small brand, the boutique brands. That's probably the only one. There's a lounge, Slippery Rock Cigars. They have an online. So if somebody wants something online, I send everybody to him. As far as distribution, I own the distribution company that distributes La Vega cigars.
Gotcha.
nice.
So we do everything in house as much as possible. The only thing we really don't do is the first 4 core line bands are made out of Miami, and the cigars are made in Dominican. Everything else is done in house. All those promo cards and everything that I sent you guys, that's all. We have commercial printers in the back. We have commercial cutters. The El Cane band, all the limited series bands, the personal reserve bands, all those are done in house.
Wow.
What you're seeing is the lounge. Like, this is the lounge that sits out front of headquarters, but there's actually 2 more buildings that house all of this.
Wow.
That's really cool.
Yeah, I've been seeing your posts. And I've been seeing your lounge. I think it's a pretty cool place. Hopefully, I can come out there and visit one day. But Pennsylvania's
Well, we're
far from
open
me.
every day of the year, including holidays. I mean, Thanksgiving, Christmas, it don't matter. We're open.
Wow.
nice.
So there's a Christmas
Yeah, I saw
party
you had
and
like tons
Christmas
of snow,
foods.
and you were still there. I was like, what the hell?
But yeah, that was bullshit. That snowpocalypse that came through here, and fuck that.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Is
We
that
need to
the,
do another ticket. I'm at
That the
halfway.
I've spent too much time in Vegas. Fuck the snow, or is that
No, I'm getting old and I hate this shit. See, when I was
like I said,
younger,
I was watching the video
I loved the cold when I was younger. My theory is I can always put more clothes on, but I can only take off so much before I go to jail. Now
said that
I'm at the
once.
point where I'm I've got arthritis in 97% of my body, and I've toured this country more than the covered wagons in the fucking 1800s. I am just tired. I'm worn out. I don't want the cold. I just want to be warm. But it's really just January and February is all I have to deal with. Every other month is beautiful.
Very nice.
We'll come on down for a visit. It's 80 plus.
That's a little too hot. When you got a pond sitting in your crotch, that's too much. I can't deal with that. That's too much.
That's still another couple of months away, but yeah, we're getting there.
Yeah.
It'll
good.
be 86 on Friday.
It'll be 65 here on Friday, and that's about my max.
Do you
Let's do a midway check-in real quick.
Midway? Shit. I gotta
Yeah,
stop.
I'm,
I mean, I know it's a little bit over midway, but we didn't. I mean, whatever.
let me just check in again. I'll be good.
It's been a solid smoke so far. It's stayed consistent. Hasn't really changed the flavor on me. I really like that. To where it hasn't weakened at all. It's been a good solid smoke, and I'm enjoying the hell out of it. I don't want to gush too much because Aaron seems like a jerk. I don't like him anymore.
You ain't telling me nothing I don't already know, so it's okay.
It was the pecan thing, wasn't it?
No.
PK.
No,
We lost him with
well,
the nuts.
what it is, I really don't want to feed his ego that he might have been right about my taste. What the fuck ever.
Hey man, and look, it's not about being right. It's just about being confident and knowing what I train for. It allows me as a tobacconist to put the right cigar in your hand. Like, I'm not trying to sell cigars to people. I'm trying to give you the right experience. And far too many tobacconists and lounge owners, they just want to sell cigars. And I don't play that game. It's like when I was in the restaurant, I don't want you to come in and I want to push this dish on you because I need to make sales. I want you to order what you want. If you don't like steak, why am I forcing steak on you? That's how I look at cigars. I want you to have an enjoyable experience so you'll try more. And I don't even care if it's mine. I mean, I don't always smoke my own cigar. Matter of fact, I don't smoke my own cigar unless I'm at an event because I've smoked those things so many times, I'm sick of them. I'm always looking for the next thing. Like I've said in numerous podcasts in the past, and sometimes I get razzed about it, but dude, I don't care what band's on it. Does the cigar taste good? I'm gonna smoke it. Does the food taste good and it's not from the restaurant that I work in? I'm gonna go eat it.
There you go.
Makes sense.
I love that philosophy. How about you, Andy?
I have to put mine down because apparently I'm smoking too fast, which is a rarity for me.
I'm
That's saying something.
last third.
Yeah, I'm where you're at, Zach, and I hate being that far ahead, only like an hour in. No, this is delicious. I go back to what I said earlier. The pairing's spot on. I find it to be more of a medium full for me. But yeah, flavor's been it's delicious, and I'm just gonna leave it at that.
There you go. And that's fair. How about you, Graham?
I am done. So, I'll give mine at the review.
That's fair. How about you, Zach?
No like distinct flavor changes, but a little bit of intensity rise. So I'm still getting a lot of the sweetness and the coriander and those things, and the just like the richness has gone a notch up as it's burned into the cigar a little bit. It's very good.
All right, man.
Speaking of being a chef, because I've had friends that have dabbled in that industry and been in that industry, what's your favorite meal to now that you're a retired chef? What do you still enjoy cooking?
I really can't eat a lot of stuff anymore because of health issues that I went through about 6 years ago. But if I could eat it, I'd probably get back to Italian cuisine. It's just a lot of it is my heritage. I just can't eat that stuff no more, unfortunately. But my wife is Filipino, so I eat a lot of Filipino food.
It's good stuff too.
Nice.
But cooking-wise, I mean, I was classically trained in French, Italian, European cuisine, so that's naturally where I'm going to go with it. But I was more fine dining, so it's a real intricate artistic plate presentations, and if you wanted a steak medium, let's call it medium rare, I would pull it at rare and let it sit for 15 minutes before I gave it to you. So the overflow cooking brought it up to where it was supposed to be. So when you cut into it, it's nice and juicy. Like that's the kind of stuff that I like to do.
Awesome. See, now I kind of want Filipino food too now.
Me
I love
too.
that steak.
It's
Sounds
actually
delicious.
I've never had the chance to try Filipino food. I've always like wanted to, and I went fishing with a buddy, and his friend showed up, and he's Filipino, and he was talking about food, and we didn't have a chance to go get any, but It looks awesome.
It tastes awesome. Have them make you, if you can get it, tocino, pancit, pork adobo.
Yeah.
It'll just blow your mind.
I'll have to. Yeah. I'll have to look if we got anything locally. I haven't looked since we moved back. I was living about 30 minutes or so away from Andy in Louisiana, but we just moved back to Tennessee about a year ago.
Hey,
I was just waiting for Andy to say that.
Yeah, it's a joke face. Aaron, how far south have you gone with your distribution?
South Carolina.
Besides Slippery Rock. South Carolina? Okay.
Well, Slippery Rock's actually in Pennsylvania. It's about 40 minutes.
Slippery Rock's
from
in
here.
Pennsylvania.
Well, I'm just saying Slippery Rock gets it out to everybody, so.
But yeah, no, physical locations down to Charleston, South Carolina.
Okay.
Okay.
I was wondering because, yeah, we probably don't have any of this in Georgia.
You don't, not yet.
Do we
Well-
have it in Tennessee?
You don't, not yet.
Working on it.
Best thing I could tell people is I don't like to open lounges in places that I don't have representation unless they're okay with the fact that they won't see us all the time, because this is a very face-to-face industry. And I do have a couple of lounges that are pretty far out. One of them's in Las Vegas, and I have another one that I'm going to be opening up in Colorado, and they know we're nowhere close to them, but they said, look, a couple times a year, just come see us. As long as you're on the understanding of that, we'll open the lounge. But the best thing I tell people is if you try them and you like them, just tell your local lounge, have them get in contact with us. I don't normally send samples through the mail, but sometimes I'm going to have to because I just can't get there. And if they want to do something, then we'll see if we can get them brought in.
Sounds good.
That's fair enough. I mean, it's the same deal with a lot of people. So that's not like a, outlandish business model there, because I understand where you're coming from, where you want to be face to face. You want to see how your product's doing. You want to, make sure that they're taking care of your product like they're taking care of the other products, and, the person possibly behind the counter is not necessarily as passionate about it as you are, but they are willing to smoke it and willing to, talk about it to people when they come in the shop. So that's very much needed.
What is, and I don't want to be just another cigar on the shelf, but I also don't have
exactly.
a sales team like JC Newman. There's just I'm too new in this business. But I am a little picky about where they go because I want to make sure that they are representing them correctly. Not necessarily shelf positioning, although, you take Perdomo, Rocky, Fuente, Padron, you could put those things on the floor and people will find them. These guys have been in business for decades. They need to be taking the boutique lines and putting them in the center shelf because that's where people need to see them. But if you're a Perdomo smoker, you're going to find the Perdomo. It doesn't matter where you put it. The problem is a lot of these lounges, in my opinion anyway, they put their legacy brands, their mainstream brands in prime placement when they don't need to be there, because you will find them. They need to be highlighting the smaller brands that nobody knows about. That's how you're going to push them. That's how you're going to bring recognition to them. But depending on the lounge owner, some lounges, they just want to make sales. And other lounges are very passionate about what they do. And it doesn't matter if they put a boutique on the bottom, their guys come in and say, hey, I got something new. You might want to try it. It's over there. So it's really the quality of the lounge is what we look for also.
Yeah. And that's an excellent point. I was just sitting there sucking on the cigar. I'm sorry. I'm enjoying it now. I mean, I was enjoying it before, but I'm enjoying it more now.
No, I'm still chewing on what he just said about you.
It'll
Ain't
change.
fair.
We're in a new wave, a new era of cigars. And a couple of years ago, some of these lounges that wouldn't give me a chance, I told them, these younger kids, the Gen Zs that are smoking now, I mean, not being rude, but they don't care about the legacy brands because the millennials and the Gen Z, I hate to say hipsters, but they kind of have that mentality where we don't care about mainstream. We want the artistic, we want the smaller companies. And you're starting to see the change. We're in a new era of cigar smoking because the old timers that have been smoking the same cigar for 30 years, I mean, let's face it, they're on their way out the door. Then the younger guys just don't care about the mainstream brands. So the shift is happening. And some of these lounges are starting to notice it and they're starting to make those changes to bring in the smaller brands. Because if you've got, I don't want to call out any name in particular, but if you have a mainstream brand sitting on the shelf and some of your guys that are up there in age are not coming in and buying those anymore, those cigars are now sitting there. And then the lounge owners are going, okay, what the hell is going on? I used to sell a bunch of these. Well, your clientele is dying down. And I deal with it here in this lounge. I mean, I loaded up that legacy because I have 2 cabinets in here. I loaded up the legacy cabinet with all the mainstream brands. But because I'm a small brand, in this area, I've become known for the small brands. So everybody in my boutique cabinet, I know personally. All the brands I know personally. And I've become known for that. So the guys come in. Now I've got thousands of dollars worth of legacy cigars in here that nobody wants. because they're going after the stuff that they can't get anywhere.
That's
So
cool.
the shift is happening.
Yeah,
So, I mean,
I'm waiting for that shift to happen here. That's
So, I
what
mean, I
I'm
can
really
call
waiting.
you up and get some cheap Fuentes.
I only carry Opus in here, so they ain't cheap.
Ain't nothing cheap. Never mind.
No, but I mean, you seem to be experiencing something kind of the opposite of what's going on in my area. It's like that nothing, you get nothing but pretty much name brands. If you want to try to get boutique, you have to go further out.
Right. But
Right.
how you change that is you go in and say, dude, I want this brand. If you put this brand in, I will smoke this. I will buy this. It
Mhm.
takes that, unfortunately, it takes enough customers because let's face it, at the end of the day, the lounges are in business to make money. You can't have a lounge if you don't make money. And if you've got guys coming in, they keep talking about this one brand, whether it's my brand or anybody else's, and they say, I want this cigar. Those lounge owners would be stupid to not bring that in because that's sales is what that is. And it comes down to the consumer now to tell them, bring this in.
Yeah, I agree with you 100%.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, it's a slow grow thing. It's literally, hey, I want
starting
this, may or may not get it.
Yeah, I'm starting to see it a little bit here in the area. One of the nicer, larger cigar lounges has like a pretty good representation of boutique, but not everything. They have a handful of boutique brands that they kind of cycle in and out, and when I'm there, that's usually what I gravitate towards. And they are starting to do a little bit better placement instead of being on the bottom shelf or the top shelf or wherever outside of eye line. Some of those are starting to show up in the middle of the shelf. A couple brands in particular that have good representation in the area. But I'm hoping that you're right. I'm hoping that's a trend that we're going to see because there's so many really interesting cigars that are coming out of smaller brands. I would love to see this on the shelf. I think that'd be great.
I mean, I would love to have it there, but like at the end of the day, it's what I tell all my reps. You're not going to these lounges and selling a cigar. The cigar will speak for itself. What you need to do is sell my story. My story is what's going to capture people's attention. So you look at Rocky Patel. I was a Rocky Patel fan for the longest time. And it's because of his story. He didn't come from this industry. He was an attorney and he made his way into this industry. I didn't come from this industry. I was a chef and a musician. The story is what gets people's attentions. If you get their attention, they'll try the cigar. But the representation, this is why I don't like putting cigars into a lounge that I don't have representation, because it is a relationship. And if that rep is not coming by, they're not going to push it no more because in a way, they almost feel abandoned. I mean, having the lounge, I'm learning this from both sides now. So it's actually a really good lesson having the lounges because now I know a better way to go after these lounges because I'm dealing with them myself. I got a couple of reps that I just never see them. And because they're out of sight, out of mind, I don't reorder the cigars. I don't push the cigars. And it's not because I mean to, it's because I don't see them in here. So I forget that they're on the shelf. So you need that representation.
Absolutely. And like the power of a cigar event, like you can make a fan for life just by having someone there to talk about the brand and introduce you to something new that you haven't tried. And yeah, a lot of times there'll be like a buy some, get a free cigar or bonus cigar or whatever. That might be like the initial motivation, but like, I mean, that's how I've kind of fallen in love with a couple brands, was just that opportunity. Also, this podcast has been really good for that. It's introduced me to a lot of stuff that I wasn't aware of. That's
Heck yeah.
now something I would seek.
And that's why I was excited whenever you reached out to be on the show. I was like, hell yeah, this is something new we haven't had.
Yeah.
We want to try. We want to promote boutique. That's just what we do, man. So I know I was excited when I mentioned the other guys. They were excited. They're like, hell yeah, let's give it a shot.
Well, I mean, I guess, like I said, with my past, man, I've done more things than I can even remember. That's why, if you go in the warehouse, I have pictures everywhere because I just don't remember this stuff. But the one thing that I will never do again is forget where I come from. And I did that once, and I don't hide it. It was part of my past. I forgot where I come from. And it's easy to take advantage of the position that you get in. And I think a lot of these brands, they do that. They get so big that they forget their start. So I don't have a PR team. I'm the PR team. So when I reach out to somebody, you're not getting my assistant, you're getting me. And it's going to be like that forever. I mean, I give everybody all these lounges that take my cigar. Yeah, they're dealing with a rep. But if they want something now, all they got to do is call me. I don't care if it's 2:00 in the morning. I'll go down and pack the order. all these orders get packed by me personally.
That's awesome. That's okay.
Some
Now we
labor
have
and
your
love
number
right
too.
there, man. 2 o'clock in the morning. Hey, remember that Connecticut? I need some more of those, please.
Done it before. I'll do it again.
Especially if you're ordering a couple $1,000s worth of Gibbs. It'd be fine.
Just write this old check out. It's okay if I post-date it?
When you're not running a lounge, Aaron, and packing cigars and doing all the other things that you do, what do you do for fun? What do you watch? What do you read?
I have both forms of dyslexia, so I don't read because I hate words.
Words suck.
That tracks.
I get bored real easily because I have ADHD, so I always have to be fidgeting with something. I'm always building something. Honestly, the most fun thing I probably do is I go into the so we have an additional building on the side of the shop. Well, the warehouse we call the shop. On the other side of that, we have another building that's called the workshop. My father was a master carpenter, journeyman pattern maker, so I'm always building something. Matter of fact, right now I'm actually building the entire PCA setup. So when you're there and you see this, it's actually set up right now because I'm trying to figure out the dimensions, but everything I hand built. So I don't outsource to anybody. I build everything. And it's the only way I can control the quality of it is to know what I'm building. I build it, I set it up, it's a done deal. Everything you find on TV nowadays is all poison. So I don't watch TV, haven't watched TV in probably 9 years. I have TVs in my house. I mean, I have a 95-inch TV that I don't use. And if I do use it, I play in Nintendo 64 on it. That's about all I do with it.
Yeah.
But
Donkey Kong Country for the win.
GoldenEye, baby, that's what I roll.
Oh, all right.
I was gonna say GoldenEye.
Hell yeah, man.
GoldenEye. But no, I mean, I really just like to keep busy. As far as I'm concerned, man, every day I wake up is a joyous day because tomorrow's never a guarantee. So I look at my laundry list of things that I have to do. I start chipping away at it, and then I find things that I want to do. But whatever I feel that day is what I'm going to do. Probably one of the most fun things is just going and cutting the grass, fresh air, grass, mowing shit, running shit over.
Yeah. I mean,
I don't pick up sticks, dude. I just fucking run everything over. I don't care.
Sticks make smaller sticks to make more crunchies.
That's right.
It'll learn.
My oldest is 14, so he started doing, part of the yard work, right? Because, well, I am 47. I don't feel like I have to do, at this point, I don't have to do all of the yard work. And so he cut the backyard yesterday, and when he came out right before we got started to get a drink out of the fridge, he's like, kind of enjoyed cutting the grass. I got to listen to music and just kind of zone out and cut the grass. Yeah.
Peaceful, man.
It's peaceful. I hate, and it didn't click. Like I said, I'm 47. It didn't click until almost the middle of last year's lawn season, like middle summer, that shit, I have hated cutting grass for the last 30 years because, like a good kid, I started doing it as a teenager too. I hate cutting grass. I hate being out in the yard, blah, 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 blah. No, it clicked. I like cutting grass because why? I can put an audio book, I can grab a cigar and wander my yard, which is not large at all. It takes maybe an hour and a half tops to cut the front, the back, edge, and weed eat. But I can spend an hour and a half with my headphones in doing just that and kind of telling the world to go fuck yourself. I got shit to do. I'm doing this thing. I'm tuning you out.
On the audiobook end, if Gibbs were to make a certain book, a certain audiobook, are you going to listen to the first 3 paragraphs of that and then turn it off? Or are you just going to fucking,
No, I promise I'll make it to the first chapter, Grim.
You know what? Let's do it. I want open AI or whatever the hell it is. We're going to do it. It's in.
To fill you in there, Grim has written a book, and he's written a couple now. You're right. He has not published one of them, but
I write for my.
Sure. I mean, and that's fair. So what I did was I did take a couple of chapters of his. I took his voice and I AI'd it to read it. And Andy only read 3 paragraphs of the first book and then stopped. I didn't read any of it, but I do know what it is about now because it has been in audio form. So
the front it has like that sizzle line where it's like, oh, this is the best book ever. I want to put Andy, and it's just going to be. I got to the 3rd paragraph, and it's like, fuck it,
I'm actually writing a book myself.
Nice.
It's called Most of What I Can Remember. I've been writing it for probably a year and a half. The problem is I can't remember everything I put in it.
Just be whimsical about it. Be like,
mode.
this is where I black out, and this is what I assumed happened. There was a unicorn and rainbows, and just tons of cocaine.
But one day I will finish it, and it goes all the way up to my 40th birthday.
Nice. Is that a process you enjoy, or is it challenging?
No, I fucking hate it.
Okay. And based on the things you said earlier, I would imagine it would be.
It's well, the way I'm writing it is okay. I'm not a writer and I'm not a reader. The way I'm writing it is like I'm telling a story, and I'm kind of like, when I tell a story, I'm kind of like Bill Cosby in the Cosby Show. Okay, where he'll say something and then he goes off into this tangent, but somehow it loops back around into what he was talking about.
Mm-hmm.
And I found that I think I'm like 50,000 words in or something like that. It's when I remember something, I have to now read back through, which I fucking hate. I have to read back through and figure out where that goes. That's the hard part. But then when I read something, I remember something else. So I have to stop what I'm doing to find a new spot. And that's how ADHD and dyslexia really fuck your brain. And that's why this book ain't done.
Valid.
You want a time saver? Do an outline. When you continue with an outline, so all you have to do is look over and be like, oh yeah, it goes here, and then just.
That just sounds like so much work, brother.
It is
so much
work.
work. I'm just not sure. I don't do that. Fuck that. I'd rather smoke cigars and tell people in the lounge.
So set up a recorder and just let it ride.
There you go.
Yeah,
tell stories.
I have a camera up in the corner, and actually some of the shit I wrote down is because I went back and looked, and I'm like, oh, I said something cool. Let me go write that down.
Yep, that's
There you go. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Under Thompson.
All right, so I'm getting to the sad part of my cigar. It's starting to burn my lips a little bit.
Until you smell hair, you still got time.
Or flesh, hair or flesh, either works.
Either way,
I think all of us would be hair. I think we all have beards.
that's because we're men.
Mm-hmm.
Men.
In tights.
Gay.
We're men. We're men in tights. Damn it! I song ninja myself. God damn it! Do I get points for
You
that?
almost got me.
You don't get points for that.
Nope, no points. All right, so I'm gonna review this. It has been an enjoyable smoke, and I really do appreciate you picking this one for me. And you were right. I do tend to like a little bit more Connecticut's nowadays. So this one was right up my alley. As soon as I saw it, I was like, "Yep, you probably nailed it." And I do have to say, you did nail it. So congrats on that. I have to reluctantly give you credit for actually knowing what the fuck you're talking about. Please.
It's all right. It doesn't get old.
It's been a good smoke, beginning to end. It had no down spots in it. It stayed the consistency throughout the whole thing. So I really enjoyed that about this smoke. No flavor profile for me. I don't pick that out. I just know if I like it or not, and I definitely like it. And out of 5 leaves, I'm going to give this one probably a 4.75. It is a solid smoke. It's one that if I see it in the shop, I'm going to grab it.
Yeah, for sure.
I like it. It's
So you're
definitely
gonna go to
worth it.
South Carolina and pick one up. Got it.
I gotta go to South Carolina to get it, but it may be worth it while I'm up there. All right, how about you, Andy?
I'm with you. We've gotten to the sad part. I mean, a little toasty, but I'm gonna suffer anyways because I like it. It's good. Yeah, going back to Gibbs' statement, Aaron, you nailed it. Although there's other things in your line I want to try. I want to, especially like what Zach got, because Zach and I generally tend to have close to the same likes when it comes to food and drinks. So I'd be interested in trying what he had too.
Well,
The
you two were actually a toss-up of which one was going to who. Hold on, I'll tell you right now. You both were kind of on the same line. The only reason you got the Terzo instead of the Cane was because you spoke about the black coffee. That coffee is what changed it. That's the only reason between the two of you. That's the only reason that I gave you that one, because I drink black coffee, and I find that out of all of the cigars that I've made, that's the one that goes the best with black coffee.
I didn't
That
know
was
that one to
literally
put
the
with
deciding factor.
Interesting. I also drink black coffee. I don't
Wasn't
know if I
on
put
my
it on the
notes.
list. Yeah, it wasn't on your notes.
Yeah.
But yeah, I love some good coffee.
yeah, your coffee's a science. Mine's not that hard.
It has become a little bit of a science.
But yeah, as I've sat here and enjoyed the conversation and learning about your products and you and enjoying the cigar, it's been consistent throughout. The draw is great. The retro's just as good. Out of 5, I'm with Gibbs. I'm going to give it a 4 3/4. And my wrapper didn't fuck up because I know how to take a band off a cigar.
My man.
I'll just edit that last part out. No big deal. Hey, how about you, Grim?
And I have to say, I'm thoroughly glad that I trusted your opinion to pick a cigar for me and that you sent an Espinosa cigar, because Espinosa is just amazing. Hector, I know you're watching. I would never betray you. No, Okay, so joke aside,
I am also a fan of Espinosa. So thank you for the compliment.
we did an episode where we first had Espinosa on, and I couldn't find an Espinosa cigar anywhere, and they didn't send us any. So I ended up at the last minute. I was like, "Fuck it, I'm just going to pick a cigar and go," and just say without a wrapper it was an Espinosa. And I had a moment of like real like, dude, just be honest. Don't fucking lie to him, because if he called you on it, you know, that kind of shit, whatever. He razzed me so hard.
Still razzing you.
Hector Alfonso.
It followed me to PCA 2025. It was brought up then. It has been on multiple recordings since then. Like, it doesn't stop. So, you know, from now on, it's always just, yeah, I love Espinosa is the best. Absolutely. So, what's this? The Il Secondo. Dude, that was awesome. That was great. Your cigar is awesome.
Appreciate it, man. Murcielago is actually my favorite Espinosa, by the way.
Really?
You know what? I really like the knuckle punch so far, and I like the knuckle sandwich. Knuckle punch actually is from Punch, but no, I'm not a flavor profilist, so I don't know a exact flavor. But like, I had the enjoyment of saying I don't know that I've had that flavor in a cigar before, and it was so fucking enjoyable as I smoked the entire thing through. Like, you guys were asking for the midway check, and I had already finished it. Like, it's wonderful, man. It's a great cigar. I don't have any downsides other than it just, you know, I wish I had a longer one. So, and that's I'm picky as shit too, man. Like, you know, I usually have the lowest scores on the podcast, but like this was a 5, man. It knocked it out of the park. It was awesome. You picked a great cigar.
Appreciate it. I value. It's not that I value what I do or what I know. I value people giving me the chance to show them what I can do, and that is the hardest part. Is being a new guy. Is nobody knows me from Adam. So the fact that you all let me pick your cigars for you, specifically catered to what you wanted, it means a lot. That's trust, and that's not something you give out lightly.
Yeah. So if you want to pick out some for next week, I'm good. I mean, I'm just saying.
Suck up.
Dude, I mean, I was impressed. I really enjoyed that cigar. I ain't sucking up shit.
I'd make the trip to South Carolina. I'm not gonna lie.
I'd make the stuff. Yeah, it's a good smoke. I ain't lying.
Well, he said Slippery Rock.
Yeah,
Slippery Rock.
I know. Slippery
SlipperyRockCigars.com. They'll send them to you.
They will.
Yeah,
And
I don't know.
I know Zach and I've bought from there before, and they've got good stuff.
I like Slippery Rock. It was a good experience.
How about you, Zach?
Well, I was thinking about what I said at the beginning, and I just started off gushing about the cigars, so I'm going to continue to do that a little bit. I don't know that I've had a cigar like this one. There's I can never remember the name of it. Crowned Heads has a cigar. It's something with a P, and there's a little bit of like almost like creme brulee in that one, and there's a little bit of that in this, and that it like reminds me a little bit. And I love that other cigar from Crowned Heads, and I again can't remember the name of it. But this is in this moment with these people, this is a 5 out of 5 leaves for me. It's a great cigar, and I will definitely want to get some more of them.
Appreciate it. And that's Las Calaveras, by the way.
Yeah,
Calaveras. I thought it was good.
No, it's the
patisseria or something like that.
Yeah, it's the pastry.
That's patissier.
That one.
Yeah.
Aaron wants a pronunciation.
Yeah.
I speak 5 languages, so I'm kind of a stickler on it.
I understand. I barely speak the one, so I'm impressed
Well,
that you speak.
I speak English, obviously. I speak Italian because of my Italian heritage. I speak Spanish because I wanted to know what them fuckers were saying behind my back in the kitchen. I speak Tagalog because I wanted to know what my wife was saying when she got pissed off. And I speak French because I went to a French school.
Very cool.
Damn, very learned.
I mean, you could throw Yankee in there as a dialect. I'm just saying.
Yankee? I'm not a Yank.
Pennsylvania.
He's from.
Bro,
he's in Pennsylvania, but he's from Vegas, baby.
Away from the laptop.
Pittsburghese.
Okay, I stand corrected.
In the South, they would be considered a dialect of Yank. But I get it.
Nah, we ain't playing that game. I'm not a Yank. If I had my way, we would have moved from Vegas to Florida. So I'm not playing that game.
Gotcha.
So the other northern state in the South. Got it.
There you go.
Holy
That's funny.
shit.
Aaron, go ahead and take this time. Thank you for the cigars, by the way, and thank you for choosing our show to come on and show us about them. Because man, you open our eyes to something completely new. It's awesome. But go ahead and take this time and tell us what you got going on in the next, like, say 3 months, not maybe immediately, but like in the next 3 months, what you got going on.
Biggest thing right now is gearing up for PCA. It is the first, but I've had many years to think about this. So now it's just putting everything that's on paper and creating a physical form of it. The other thing is we continue to try to open lounges. Anybody who will give us a chance to even sit down. That's the hard part, is getting a lounge owner or a manager to even agree to sit down with us. I do want to backtrack real quick. So the Cane, that cigar has a special story behind it. My national sales rep, Dawson, is a part of Dogs Inc. Does anybody know what Dogs Inc. is? Ever heard of them? They make or they train service dogs for our veterans with PTSD, free of charge. There's another cigar company that apparently made a cigar for them a couple years ago and was supposed to donate and never donated. And respectfully, I'll say the name of that cigar company. When he told me that, I was so pissed off that I called the factory. I said, yo, you remember that blend? We were talking about it once ago. I said, I need this in production immediately. Within 12 hours of having that conversation with Dawson, that cigar was being prepped to be made. And we released it on Veterans Day. Every quarter, go to Dogs Inc. If I sell it here at La Vega Lounge, I donate $1 per cigar. If I sell it to my retailers, I donate 25 cents per cigar. But every quarter, we launch them out. So if you look at the band on that, you'll see that purple. Purple is Dogs Inc.'s colors. If you look at the band, you also see the little footprints on it. That's for the dogs. Il Cane in Italian means the dog. And if you look at the bar that goes across the center, in Italian, that reads, a dog is a man's best friend. So that entire cigar was made for Dogs Inc.
That's awesome.
That's awesome.
That is amazing. That's great stuff, man.
Yeah.
And the only other thing I'll leave you with, I say it on every podcast that I do, I have two main supporters in this life, my wife and my mother. And without them, I would not be where I'm at today. And if without my wife, I would have died 20 years ago.
Wow.
So that's how I end everything.
And that's a good note.
That's a good note.
And on that one, I'm say good night.
Good night.